My name is Kate. I own a embroidery sublimation, like graphic t-shirt business. I've had it for 2 years, and I always love watching like Etsy small business, like vlogs and work with me's, and I feel like I have co-workers that way. So it can get kind of lonely working by yourself all the time. So I figured I would start my own channel and make some new coworkers, make some new friends. So I figured I would just bring you along on my work with me today. I have a 2-year-old that he goes to school 2 days a week. So today he's at school, so I get a full work day, which is awesome. So I've got custom order for 3 of these tees that are being picked up today. So these are done, and I've got a birthday shirt going on the embroidery machine back here that I designed. It's a Elmo, Big Bird, and Cookie Monster in like a sketch design. And then the customer asked if I could add the number 2 just somewhere on the shirt. So I put the 2 on like Elmo's hand, so he's like holding it up. So that'll be done today, and then we'll ship that out. And then I've got a baby onesie to do too. So yeah. I also have this weird condition called patulous eustachian tubes. So it's like the inner ear opens when it should be closed. So when I talk, sometimes I hear myself like echoing. It's like Darth Vader voice, like in my head, but it's my voice. So if I'm like sniffing a lot, that's why I'm trying to close it. So sorry if that was annoying. But yeah, it's just something I have to live with. It's really annoying, but you just do what you can. So I have a Janome MB7. So it's a 7-needle multi-needle machine. When I first started, so I started like 2 years ago during the pandemic. I'm a nurse by trade, but I also have a degree in fashion merchandising. Long story, tell you about it sometime. But my husband's also a nurse, and when COVID hit, we had a 6-month-old, and my husband's like ex-Coast Guard too, so he likes to help where he can, and so he went up to New Jersey in like the epicenter, like right when it started, for like 5 months. And so I worked at the hospital where we lived like twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week. And my mom would come and watch the baby while I went to work, and it just got to be like too much, trying to take care of our son and then go to work, but then also not get COVID and give it to our son or give it to my mom. And it was crazy. So I retired, and I've always been like creative. I've always done like vinyl and shirts and, you know, crafty things, I guess. I was always hesitant to start embroidery though, because I had a love-hate relationship with my mom's sewing machine growing up. And I figured it would be like that. And there's a bunch of needles and I didn't want to deal with tension and all that stuff. So I was like, I'll just get a 1 needle and I'll test it out and see if I like it. So my husband and I, when he was home, went to the local, like, it's like a small shop in Georgia, and talked to the lady, and she sells Janome. She partners with Janome. But so I was gonna get the 1 needle, but I knew that I wanted to do like birthday shirts and like kids clothing items, and I was gonna be doing multiple colors, and I didn't want to have to like float the shirts, and I just wanted the best like bang for our buck. And so my husband talked me into buying the 7 needle, which is the most needles that Janome makes. Yeah, so since then it's just been a journey. And I get to be creative and come up with my own designs, and then I use other designs that I buy, and yeah, so it's been fun. But and it was something I could do while having my son at home, like during nap times. And then once he got a little older, so he's almost 3 now, he'll be 3 in August. Once he got a little older, we started him in school, so he did like a half day. Now he's doing a full day, 2 days a week. So I get to work a little bit more. So now that I'm a little bit more on like a set schedule, I figured I would start a channel. So my business is called, I started out as PKG. So it's products from Kate Gardner. And then I kind of just focus on my packaging and make it cute, because PKG is package. So, and I also do like gift packages and like surprise packages, themed packages, I guess. So once I started doing embroidery, I made like a little side part stitched package, stitched PKG. So what the channel's called the whole PKG, because it's everything PKG related. So anywho, welcome. Ask questions. I'd love to get to know you guys and make some internet friends. So yeah, just gonna work on this shirt. Here, I'll show you guys. I can. So we've got Elmo done. Big Bird just finished. And I'm gonna start on Cookie Monster. And then we'll add the 2. And sorry if it's loud. But yeah, so we moved here in September. We built our house last year. Moved here in September, hence the unfinished basement. So we added in an HVAC down here to like protect my machines from it being too hot or too cold. And then we added in recessed lighting as well. It came with just these standard like 1 light here. There's 2 in this big large room over here. And so we added the recessed lighting. I've got, I think, 10 or 12 lights in there. So now I can see, which is really nice when you're working. It's good to see. But yeah, so I'm just gonna finish the shirt. I've got a baby onesie to do next, and then I'm working on some back to school designs and like camping stuff. So I guess I'll just let you guys work with me and watch me work. So I think I'm gonna bring I'll just leave it here. So I've got my heat press here, and then my embroidery machine, my laptop over there. I've got a Cricut behind you, regular printer, a little photo box, and my sublimation printer, which is a Epson, I think it's a 2720. It's a regular printer, and I converted it to sublimation. So that was fun. It took a little tinkering, but I figured it out. So if y'all have questions about that, let me know too. So this is my very messy workspace. I got 2 high tables from IKEA. I'm still trying to figure out how I want everything down here. I think I'm gonna make this side of the room over there like a little sitting area with like a couch and a TV for my little guy to like play and hang out down here if I have to work with him home. So I haven't figured out how I want things. So the tables still have their cardboard on them, complete with doggy bed underneath. But so I'm gonna hoop this sweatshirt. I have this design that I did. Camping is my happy place, with like an outline of like a campsite and the camping words. So I'm gonna hoop it in the sweatshirt and use that as like my sample for Etsy. So it's a black design, so I'm gonna do it on a gray sweatshirt. For sweatshirts, I use cutaway stabilizer. And for most shirts, I do I'm totally blanking on the word. I do I guess it's mesh. It's like mesh stabilizer. That I heat press onto the back of the shirt. I'm totally blanking on what it's called, y'all. But yeah, so I do this and then I do cutaway. So then I peel as much of the cutaway as I can off, or tear away not cutaway, I'm sorry. I do this and tear away. So when it's done, I'll flip it inside out. I'll pull the tearaway off as much as I can get to. And then I'll peel this and trim the edges. And then I'll put Tender Touch on the back as well. So for sweatshirts, I do cutaway. I don't do I can't think of the word, the heat press stabilizer, because it's really hard to peel back up afterwards with like the fleece inside of the sweatshirts. So I'll do cutaway, and I typically don't do Tender Touch because most time you don't wear a sweatshirt without anything underneath it. But if it is like a kid's sweatshirt, I potentially will do it. It just kind of depends. So yeah, gonna hoop this. Good to go. Then I'm going to package up these shirts for pickup. picture of this one. Get in my photo box and put it on my Instagram. See if anybody else wants it. Or wants the design. Not this one, sorry, sold. But yeah, so my photo box is over here. I'm sorry if you're really OCD and this is bothering you. But I know where everything is. I can function. But maybe I'll do like an organize with me as we progress so that you guys can see how it is now and see how it will be, because it's going to be great. I can't wait. All right. So this one just finished. So typically the design doesn't have the 2. So I just added that in, and this is for an Etsy order. So I'll get this trimmed in the back and we'll put Tender Touch on it, and then we'll mail that out as well. I know they say like you shouldn't multitask, or multitasking is like you don't get as much done, or you can make more mistakes, and I do believe that is true. But I also believe that when you start a business, I guess, multitasking all the time because you have a baby and you try and get as much done as you can during nap times, something about it just makes you feel like you're accomplishing more, I guess. So I multitask a lot. And so I go in between, like I'm in the middle of, I was going to start packaging these, but the design finished, so I'm going to take that off and I'll start this design and get it going for, it's one color, so it will pretty much run itself. And then that'll be done by the time I finish packaging and doing that. So I actually haven't stitched this before. I just designed it the day before yesterday, I think. So being kind of brave, just stitching it on a on an actual item. Hopefully it works, but if not, then we'll just go with it. So we'll just get some pictures of this. So for like embroidered t-shirts and stuff, I typically do like I'll do ribbons and kind of like set the scene. For t-shirts though, I just put the t-shirt out. If it doesn't typically fit, if it's like a larger size and it won't fit in my box, I'll do like a little scrunching around the edges. And then I just place my logo, business card, sorry, my ear, above the tag, and take a picture. Easy. So I've got other business cards that have like care instructions for embroidered items, and then also for sublimation items. So I'll include that in the poly bag, and then this one's a pickup order. So I have these tags as well that I printed with my Dymo. PKG pickup for, and then I'll write the name, but it's also package pickup. So I'll do that. And then she's already paid, so I'm gonna pop it in the pickup box on the porch. And yeah, I've got another order that I finished the other day. She was gonna pick it up, but she's gonna she wants me to mail it instead. So I've got to figure out Venmo for her, whether she's gonna use Venmo or PayPal. And then I'll get that one packaged up and mail that as well. So yeah. All right, so these are my cards. Okay, nice package. I put this in the packaging. And then I'll do, this one is for sublimation. Turn inside out, machine wash, cold with light colors, tumble dry low or line dry. So, easy enough. Right, and then you're good to go. We can go take a peek at this sweatshirt over here. So it's gonna say camping, and then in the words, the camping words, it's got the kind of like a silhouette cutout of like a camping scene. And then I put, it's my happy place underneath it. So yeah, this week I try and do like a weekly, I'm starting to try and do a weekly like theme of items rather than just doing like random designs that I have, like sampling them and then posting them or listing them. Trying to do like a theme so that everything can kind of like batch together. So then when I put it in my Etsy shop, like it kind of on the home page will be kind of batched together rather than random things, and then you have to go to the section. So you can do the section or you can do the home page, and either way they'll still be kind of batched together. So I'm going to tidy up this birthday shirt. We'll get that one going. So this is what the back looks like once you take the tearaway off and then trim the threads, and then I lift up the adhesive stabilizer and I'll press this at 240, flatten it out, and then put Tender Touch on it, and then press the front to make sure it looks good, and then we'll ship it out. I'm gonna go cut my Tender Touch for it. I'm sorry, my ear is like really acting up today. It's usually not this bad. This is the camping is my happy place design. So I put that on a sweatshirt. I'm not a camper, but when I do have to be outside, like camping-esque type activities, I like a sweatshirt. So am I cute? Hey, that's so cute. All right, so we'll get that one trimmed up in the back and photographed, and I'll put that up on Etsy with my camping themed stuff. I'm going to tender touch the back of the Sesame Street birthday shirt. Got my heat press. I pretty much do 2 heat press settings. I do sublimation 390 at 60 seconds for pretty much everything. And then any type of embroidery type stuff, I do 240. So when I do the stabilizer, when I do the tender touch, when I press the front, tender touch I usually do for like 15 to 20 seconds. And then kind of play with the edges, make sure it doesn't come up. And then flip it inside out, and then I'll press the front, and that'll be like the last step. I'll just do that for like 3 seconds. And there we go. We got our finished product. So I use AJ Blanks for pretty much all of my embroidery. When I first started out, she was who I followed on YouTube, and I think she like had just or was just starting her blanks portion of her business. So I started using her when I started, and then I mean the product's great, so I pretty much just use that. She doesn't have bibs though, and I just started doing bibs a little while ago, so I had to get rid of that jump stitch. I'll do bibs from ARB, I think. So I get the ruffle and the regular, and I pretty much just do white bibs. So I will get this one packaged up, and I hooped a bib. Actually, my cousin just had a little baby boy, and her husband's in the Coast Guard. So I had this idea to do a monogram in the nautical flag letters. So I'm making a bib for him with his monogram in the letters, the nautical flags, and then with his name underneath. And then I think I'm also going to do like a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or something that's like Coasty Mama with all of her baby's initials in the flags. Yeah, I think that would be really cute. So I'm gonna stitch this, get the bib going while I wrap this up. I save the bags that my shirts come in, so when they're done I just put it in the same bag. And then my embroidery instructions, it's the Hiiiii package, and then just pretty much the same instructions, just line dry. I actually tumble dry everything that I make for myself and my son, my husband, so, and it works. So I figure as long as, if they're line drying it, it's even better and it'll last even longer. But if the item has red on it, red thread, or the shirt is red and I stitch on a red shirt, I typically will say, like right on the thing, to, the first time you wash it, to throw in a color catcher in the wash as well, just so that the red fabric doesn't bleed onto the threads. It shouldn't, because they're polyester threads, but you never know how everybody washes everything. So yeah, toss this in there, and then I'll write or do like a thank you sticker as well on the order sheet, and that. I've got these cute little mailers from Sticker Mule that I use for embroidered stuff with my logo. So after I dropped my son off at school, I went into Dunkin' Donuts and got like 2 donuts and a refresher drink. And y'all, like right now, I just feel like I'm like crashing. I'm so tired. And like, you know, an hour ago I was like ready to work, and now I'm like, ugh. So, note to self, should not have that much sugar in the morning or ever. For my pictures, I use this app called My Watermarks. You can add in your pictures. So, like what I took from my light box, I make them into squares and get it how I want it. I'll lighten it up a little bit just to make the background more white to like blend in. And then you can add in your watermarks. So even if I have the business card, I will add in my watermark, just because like that can just easily be cropped out. And I don't want people to take my photo and say like, you're gonna get this product, and then make it different or it not be, you know, what was pictured. So like people should get what they're paying for. So when I lighten it up, but it's still, I don't lighten it like too much so that it doesn't even look like the item anymore. This one I just threw in blue ribbons to add a little bit more color. See, like that is way too much white. So we'll go move it back down to where it looks like it does in real life. And I'll add my little logo. So, I mean, it's real, oh, wrong one. Where'd it go? It's really quick, and once you get the hang of it, you can do them really quick. And then I will transfer them over to my computer and For some reason though, they're not, it didn't save those last two. It's never done that before. Of course, now that I'm doing it now and I'm doing it quickly, I wonder if it's not catching up to me or something. I don't know. So, got one, this one. Yeah, so I already have this one on my shop, but I don't have it with the number 2 added. So I'm gonna throw that one on there just so people can see that is an option. And then I don't know if I'll do like I don't think I'm gonna do like a completely different listing. I think I'll just add it to the other listing and like, you know, actually I might do a different listing. That way, because not everybody reads the description. So I'll make it easy. But then yeah, so they automatically save to your camera roll. And yeah, so I would recommend that app because it's awesome. So for bibs, I do tearaway. Just so they don't have that extra like backing to it. I typically don't tender touch it just because babies don't wear bibs without clothes typically, and especially like decorative bibs. So, but this is how that turned out. Little coasty baby bib. Too cute. So, just gonna iron that out a little bit, make it flat, and then I'll take the backing off of this. It's so cute. All right. And then also when you hoop bibs, make sure you pop that little tag out so that the tag doesn't get sewn into the back, depending on how big your design is. All right, so let's see what we've got next. I need to do the onesie as well for my mama. That's her baby gift. Tiny. Oh my gosh. I might actually do a onesie with that same coastie design for him as well. Or maybe a romper. So little. I hope it fits. To see how much he weighed. I might have to do 3 to 6 months. Oh, that is so cute. I feel like I need to make this type of like monogram stuff for my little boy. His dad was a coastie too. Ah! Love that. All right. So I texted my mom to see what size onesie she wanted. So I'm not going to start this yet, just in case she wants a different size. I like to print off my designs just so I can like kind of like see everything at a glance what I have, what I want to get done, what I have order-wise, what I want to make. So this is my coworker, Levy. She's Australian Shepherd and Lab. What we were told. But that's who that little doggy bed's for. You gonna go lay down? Well, you've been sleeping upstairs? Yeah. Take some pictures. Good girl. I always feel if something's not like going on the machine, like it's wasting time. While I'm doing something else, I'm gonna figure out what I want to stitch out next. And then this actually, it's a sample, but it can just be sold. So I'm just gonna hang that on a hanger and I'll put it on one of my racks. So once it's listed, if it gets sold on Etsy or somebody wants it, they don't have to wait for it. It's basically ready to ship. So that'll be good. So if I'm not using my heat press, I'll take it off because I feel like it is like a heater. Like it heats up this little room pretty good. So, all right. So then I'm gonna add my watermarks to those. And let's see. I've got a couple of these that are just stitching, like they're not appliques. So while I'm like doing some Etsy stuff for whatever, I can get something made in the process. So I'm gonna do that. I had all these like extra shirts and I ran out of my sample fabric, which is like a cotton knit that I usually just cut into squares, and we'll use that as my samples. So I ran out. I need to buy more, but I had these extra t-shirts that I'm not going to use because they're not high count cotton, but they are good for like stitching a sample on and putting it in a like taking photographs for the design. So I basically just cut them into squares. So like I think I got 1, 2, 3, maybe like 5 sample size squares out of each shirt, and with cutaway stabilizer, like it works. So I'm gonna go through those and use those before having to spend more money on like sample fabrics. So I know some people use like felt or other types of fabric for their samples, or they will do like a sample shirt order so that their sample is like an actual order at like a discount or something, which I've done that before. I usually sell them like at a like 20% discount. But this worked well too. And that way too, if a design doesn't work, or like the fabrics or the thread colors don't work like in my like in real life as they do in my head, I didn't just waste like a $5 shirt. I just wasted a sample piece of fabric. So this design I'm gonna do next is Dad's golfing buddy. And I changed the colors around, so and I added a name for a little girl. So I'm gonna get that one stitched. And I use my Janome hoops that I got with the machine. But then I also have a Mighty hoop that is, I think it's 8x9. So I use that as well. They're a lot easier to hoop, so quick. And I've got the stabilizer piece too that you put on the back piece to help the stabilizer fit without like wrinkling or anything. But for the samples, I don't really, it's easy enough to do on its own. So, but for this one, I'm gonna have to change my colors. So we'll get these switched out. So you need purple. We've got black out, and then pink. Pink, and then alright. Oh, and then I need papery too. I don't need any of these, so I'm just gonna switch them all out. I'd like to get, once I have my drywall up, I'd like to get like a pegboard on this wall to basically put all of my threads. I've got a whole other box of threads in the back room that it's just like the bigger spools of what I have here. So I figured I would just use up what I've got and then pull out the big ones when I needed them. Like a straight up stitch out, I'm gonna just make sure all my colors are on the needles that they should be, because then I can just hit go and it'll stitch out the whole thing in 34 minutes. this machine, the Janome NB7, will go up to 800 stitches per minute. So it's not the fastest, but it's not the slowest either, so it works for now. I have a customer that's emailed me. I make Disney tags for like strollers and wagons and stuff like that. And she wanted to get one for her scooter. And see if I can move the holes more towards the center. So I just went to my design and switched up the holes and then just took a screenshot. And so I'm gonna see if that will work for her. And yeah. I don't have my star seller on Etsy because I also like buy on Etsy, and when I like talk to people through the messaging app, it's not always as a seller, and you have to like respond to all of your messages. And I feel like once your conversation's over, then it's just like you're trying to see who's going to have the last word because you have to respond to everything. But then that seller gets dinged because you're responding. I don't know how that works. So I don't respond to every single message if it doesn't require a response. If I'm the seller, I will like do like a heart or a thank you, or you know, I'll try to respond to everything, but it's not always appropriate, I guess. So I have I was gonna do this design as like a sublimation shirt, but I think it would actually look really good embroidered too. So I got this made, and I've added the font and the wording that I want. and now I just have to decide what to put it on, whether I want a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or a hoodie or what. But yeah, so this will be next up. And then this one, Dad's Little Golfing Buddy, is going. It's got a little bit left, 13 minutes, so we'll let that one finish. Gotta heat press it and then photograph it, and yeah, so let's see. My mom still hasn't texted me back about the onesie, so I don't know what size to do that on. Let's see what I've gotten 2 orders for Disney tags today. So I got one of them designed. I need to get the fabric set up for those. And then I've got a couple back to school and then a birthday that are designed. I have to get the fabric set up for those too. But it is 1:48. So I'm gonna take a break and go have some lunch, and I'll probably, I have like 10 things done and photographed and ready to be listed. So I'll probably list those while I'm eating lunch upstairs and kind of relax a little bit, and then I'll come back down and work a little bit more. But I think I'm done filming for the day, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the little work with me. If you have any questions about like my process or my machine or anything really, just comment below, and I will see you guys later. Thanks.